5, 4, 3, 2.
Let's get it! Such a better mood.
What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going through old race footage from the Revolution Enduro in Snowmass. This race was back in August. This is my very first Enduro race, so along with reviewing some of the footage, I'm going to be going through and trying to find 3 lessons or tips or areas that I myself or anyone else that's new to racing can improve on. As we get into it, there's some pretty clear ones. I'm sure you'll catch on to those pretty early. But yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so as we're dropping into stage 5, as it was my first Enduro race, the hardest thing I found was figuring out when to save energy and when to put the pedal to the metal. As I've come to find out, everyone just puts the pedal to the metal all the time as much as they can. So today, that's gonna be the goal. This first part's real classic trail. If you've been to Snowmass, I'm sure you've ridden it. Valhalla, it's the jump line. And then right here, it takes a little bit of a turn into the woods. We get into some single track. So the night before this second day of racing, it had rained pretty much the entire night. It was pretty nice on this first half of the trail, but as you see in a little bit, things start to get a little slick. This was Battle Axe, and this is where things started to get really slippery. And this brings me to our first lesson. Right up here, I come up to some people and I lose focus and get offline and actually almost go down, but manage to save it. So going forward, I need to make sure that I'm actually just dead focused throughout the whole race. So for that stage, I was able to come away with a P22. Unfortunately, I was still pretty far down from the first day. I was sitting at 28th overall. And that brings us into stage 2. This stage was super physical, one of the longer stages of the 2 days. I don't know what else to say, but I died on this one. It was pretty tough. So the first half of this stage was like this super flowy bike park stuff, very fun. Not very steep though, so definitely a lot of pedaling and trying to keep your speed for sure. This top bit was super fun, but very physical. Right here, we're good 3-4 minutes into the stage. I am definitely feeling it. Here's where we get into more of the single track section, and here's basically where things all start to fall apart. I am freaking cooked by this point, I can guarantee you that.
What the?
The lesson here that I'm taking away from this is obviously training and fitness. Going into this race, I had not been training as much as I should have. I had a couple of big crashes throughout the summer, and unfortunately had been off the bike for a while. As I'm sure all of you know and myself know, that's no excuse if I'm going to try to be just even trying to compete at these races. Even in the amateur division, not training and not putting in the work is not going to cut it. Even this guy knew how out of shape I was. Listen, come on. Even though I was basically hyperventilating the entire race, that actually was my best result of the weekend, with a 21st on the stage and a 27th, bumping me up to 27th overall. That brings us into the third stage of the day and the final stage overall.
Let's get it!
This actually was a stage that I didn't get a chance to pre-ride. It was probably about an hour and a half climb away from the lifts. Climbing up to the stage, it was pouring rain the entire way. So racing this was about as bad of conditions as it was for the entire day. Super slick, super loose.
Yo! Woo!
As you can tell. And this brings up our third and final lesson, and that's to make sure to pre-ride all of the courses the day before. I showed up without a great plan, being that it was my first rodeo, and I was not able to make it to this stage, and it was one of the more difficult in the race.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so here basically I just ran out of confidence and obviously talent. I didn't even fall on my bike. I was actually trying to get off my bike and walk down. From this point out, it was pure survival mode, and I was just trying to finish the race. Right here, I actually just tried to convince myself that I was having a blast and that I was really loving my situation.
Let's go.
That didn't really work that well.
This sucks.
I hadn't eaten enough during the day and was basically bonked by this point.